Hello, I want to talk to you today about the FASEA proposals and what's actually out in the marketplace. As a result of the paper put out by FASEA in December around education standard, there's a lot of confusion around what those standards actually might mean. The next step of the process is actually to make a submission to FASEA about those standards, but before we even do that, it's important that people understand what those standards mean. Now, if you're confused by what's been published so far, we appreciate that, and in fact it is a complex document. What we're going to try and do here is break it down for you into a simple explanation of what the paper means. But firstly, let's just be clear on the paper. The paper's been put out by FASEA, which is a government body with no association with the FPA or any other industry association. In this video, we're simply attempting to explain to you what that means so that the FPA can then gather member feedback and go back to FASEA with comments on what the proposal means. So let's move straight into what the proposal means, or our interpretation of that. And we have spent some time with FASEA trying to clarify some of these issues. We're waiting for written confirmation, but we wanted to get out to members with what our understanding now is on those proposals. So firstly, for new advisors, and new advisors are people who were not on the advisor register from the 1st of January 2016 to the 1st of January 2019, or at any point in between. They will have a specific requirement for an approved degree or approved graduate diploma. That's the only entry pathway for people after the 1st of January 2019. The proposal then goes on to talk about what existing advisors will need to do. Now, after working our way through FASEA's proposal, we've been able to identify three unique groups of existing advisors. Those advisors who have no degree, those advisors who have an approved degree, and those advisors who have a non-approved degree. And so we'll address all of those categories. So first of all, let's talk about advisors with an approved degree. So those approved degrees mean that advisors who have completed those have met the education standard required by FASEA if this proposal goes through as it stands. Now, approved degrees are degrees that have been approved through FPEC, the Financial Planning Education Council. The Financial Planning Education Council will continue to approve degrees and is open to applications from universities to approve past degrees. So even if you don't have an approved degree today, if it's in financial planning, it may in fact meet all the criteria and be able to be approved. If you have a non-approved degree, so either your financial planning degree doesn't get approved through FPEC or it's in another field, either related or unrelated, the proposal from FASEA at this point says that all of those advisors will be required to complete at least a bridging course. So the pathway of completing an approved degree or an approved graduate diploma still exists, but in addition to that, those financial planners who have a degree that is not approved can in fact go through a bridging course. Now, one of the great frustrations with the FASEA paper is that the bridging course details are completely omitted. So at this point, we can't give you any more guidance on what FASEA thinks about approved bridging courses and what they might look like. The third category is financial planners or financial advisors without a degree. And the proposal from FASEA at this stage says that those people will be required to complete an approved degree or approved graduate diploma by the 1st of January 2024. That's the bottom line for those people without degrees. There will be a study requirement. At this point, that's what we can interpret from the paper that we've been given. We are seeking written clarification and confirmation of that from FASEA, but at this point haven't got that. So let's talk about where CFP fits into this. So at the moment, FASEA's proposal only recognises university degrees. So CFP is most likely to fit into this arrangement as a bridging course. Now, CFP is the highest global standard, and it's almost inconceivable to believe that people who have a degree and have completed the CFP education program would not have that accepted as a bridging course. We will be advocating very strongly that that's the correct course of action. The CFP course, in fact, with the complete certification, meets all of the things that FASEA are trying to achieve. It provides education specific to financial planning and relevant to the FPEC criteria. It also provides for an examination at the end of that to ensure that the people completing the course know what they're doing. CFP certification requires annual CPD, something else that FASEA are focusing on. The CFP course and the CFP certification program require that you sign up to a code of ethics, another component of the FASEA requirements. And finally, one of the other requirements that FASEA are working on is a professional year. And the CFP certification program includes not only the education, but practical observations of financial planners at work. It would be hard to define something closer to the FASEA program than what the CFP certification program puts together. And at this point in time, we will be arguing very strongly that that should be at least the first of the approved bridging courses for people who have completed that. Thank you for your time. I hope this gives you some clarification. There is an accompanying infographic that will allow you to look and see a summary of where you might sit and what the education requirements are for you under this proposal. I would stress to you, this is a FASEA proposal. Our role in this is simply explaining it. We've not had input, we've not had the opportunity for consultation, and we will certainly be doing that. But once you understand this, we will be asking members to provide us with feedback so the FPA can go back to FASEA with a view on the proposal that FASEA have put for education standards. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.